Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be doing a tier list for basically every manga I have ever read. So down here I have pretty much every single manga I've ever read listed down here. Yeah, I mean, let's just get right into it. I don't want to take too long of the intro because it's going to be a long video. Just a disclaimer that some of these I have not finished or I'm not caught up to yet. So that's just kind of, it's kind of a disclaimer. I'll mention it once I get to the manga I haven't finished or haven't read or anything like that. But yeah, let's just get right into it. So first off, we have FMA, Full Metal Alchemist. So I have completed this series. And I'm gonna give it an A. The reason why I'm giving it an A, not like an S, is because first of all, it was my first manga I've ever completed like fully from beginning to end. It was probably one of my earlier mangas I finished, so I wasn't really that I didn't really know how to read manga correctly, I guess you could say, and I didn't really understand a lot of the stuff that was going on. But I still think it was really good. I felt like some of the fight scenes were kind of just like pointless. It was a little bit too fast paced. I think it could have been a little bit more spaced out, because there's a lot of fight scenes I just didn't understand, like why are they in this situation. That's pretty much what I've asked myself like for half the time. But anyway, still an amazing series. Definitely really good. I love the ending as well. So yeah, that's FMAB. Next up we have Rent a Girlfriend. I'm gonna put Rent a Girlfriend at B tier. I really enjoyed it. It was really good, really good. I actually watched the anime first and then read the manga. And the manga and the physical releases aren't really like up to date yet to the anime. So that's just kind of strange. It's pretty much the same thing though. But it was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. It was really funny. But definitely don't take it seriously, because it's just kind of like trash on fire. I've said this a lot of times. It's just like trash on fire, but like since it's on fire, it's like nice to look at. So that's why I'm putting it at B tier. That's not really a good explanation, but anyways, let's just move on. Next up, we have Attack on Titan. And yes, I am completed the series, putting this right in S tier. I've read at least volumes like 24. That was like season 4 the beginning of season 4 in the anime up until the very end. So I mean, I'm putting this in S tier. I mean, that entire it's just like it's my favorite anime of all time. So that's why it's up here. Not because of the anime, but also because of the ending. I love the ending. I don't know why people are complaining about the ending. The manga was just so good. It was so fire. I mean, it's just Attack on Titan. There's nothing else really to say. Let's just move on before I start, talking about it too much. Next up, we have Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. Right here, let's put. Maybe I'm gonna put this. So I'm gonna put Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro at B tier. Pretty much, it does everything right in terms of what it's trying to do. So it's doing everything it's trying to do really well. It's just like a fun read. But I kind of dislike the main character, because he literally he just lets this girl just like play around with him, and he's just sitting there doing nothing, like not even defending himself or anything. It's just kind of annoying. Just do something, But yeah, I mean, hopefully that does evolve. I'm only 5 volumes in. I'm not on the 6th one yet. I don't think. Yeah, I think the 6th one's out right now, but. Yeah, I'm not caught up with it. I'm just like 1 volume off, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I'm putting this at B tier. Next up, we have Dragon Ball. Oh man. To be honest, this might make the Dragon Ball fans mad, but I'm not the biggest fan of Dragon Ball. This wasn't the first manga I've ever read. So like, because a lot of Dragon Ball fans have been Dragon Ball fans since like they were like little kids, so they grew up with this, and me, I didn't grow up with it, so I don't feel that nostalgia for it as everyone else does, or most people who love Dragon Ball. So I'm just gonna put this in B tier. I'm gonna put it at a high B. I'm gonna kind of rank them like from left to right. So like from right to left, I mean, so like the more left it is on one rank, the higher it is in that rank. But yeah, I mean, Dragon Ball is just the thing is that I prefer darker stuff and like more gorier, kind of just like Attack on Titan, for example. I'm not really comparing the two; they're very different. But I'm just like saying that Attack on Titan's a lot more darker. The themes is like way more darker as well. And I just prefer that more. So that's why like shonen manga doesn't really appeal to me as much, or at least like this kind of shonen like Dragon Ball. But it's still a really good story. I don't really like the main character either. He's not that great. But yeah, that's why I'm putting it in B. Same for Dragon Ball Z. I'm going to put this right behind it. The reason why I'm saying all these negative things is because I feel like I kind of have to justify it why I'm putting it this low, so people don't really get angry. But yeah, I mean, everything else about it is really good. I prefer Dragon Ball OG over Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is just mindless fighting. I mean, I just didn't really like that one that much. I'm honestly gonna put it down here. Dragon Ball is way better. At least I feel like the story flowed more. But yeah, next up we have Uzumaki. I'm gonna put this in A tier. I really love horror. Like I said, I like darker stuff. So I mean, this really does appeal to me a lot more than the average manga reader. But yeah, Uzumaki is just an amazing series. It's just definitely fits the stuff I like. I definitely do prefer the more psychological horror in the beginning. Towards the end, it just kind of got all crazy and he just started to draw like crazy things that just didn't really scare me that much, because I don't really get scared by like looking at like pictures and stuff. I usually get scared by the psychological aspect of horror. So that's why Uzumaki's up there. Speaking of Uzumaki, I'm gonna do Tomi. I think Tomi is a C. This is kind of like what I was saying before, is that there's literally no or at least from what I remember, there's not much psychological horror. So to me, it wasn't scary at all, and it was just kind of boring because I was not scared whatsoever. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much explains Tomi. Next up, we have To Your Eternity. I've only read the first volume, so I do not know much. I kind of hesitated putting this on this list because, again, I only read the first volume, so I didn't really know if it would fit, but I guess I just put all the manga I read. So To Your Eternity, oh man, this is definitely an amazing series. Definitely want to pick up more. The anime's popping off right now, but I mean, I'm not going to watch the anime because I actually want to read the manga. But this is just amazing. I don't really know where to put it though, because I've only read the first volume. The first volume was very emotional. I think I'm gonna put it in A, probably like a low A, more on the lower side, kind of close to B. But that's only because To Your Eternity, I've only read the first volume, and the first one definitely got me very emotional. And it was just so far the story's just been so emotional and just so like awesome, very well put together. And yeah, so that's To Your Eternity. Next up, we have Chainsaw Man. I feel like this is very overrated, very overrated. But that doesn't. I still think it's very good. I'm gonna put it in bottom of A tier. Just because I say it's overrated doesn't mean I say it's bad. Doesn't mean it's bad. I actually really enjoy it. I've only read 2 volumes. I have the third one, but I'm waiting for more volumes to come out so I could kind of binge it, because I kind of forgot what happened once the third volume came out. So I like opened up the first page. I was like, what the hell is going on? So I just stopped reading it, and I'm waiting for more to come in and just binge it. But I mean, Chainsaw Man's a great series. I love gory stuff and like darker stuff, so this definitely did appeal to me a bit more. So I mean, yeah, I feel like the story is very similar to Jujutsu Kaisen. So like I've watched Jujutsu Kaisen, the anime. I don't think I'm gonna pick up the manga, but after watching that, I felt like this wasn't, I feel like this wasn't really anything unique, because Jujutsu Kaisen did it, was already doing it. It's kind of like a similar thing, but it was still really good. Still really enjoyed it. Very cool action. And yeah, speaking of overrated, One Punch Man. Oh my god, yeah, I'm like asking for hate after making this video. Oh my god. So One Punch Man is, man, I feel like it's a low B or a low A. I'm gonna put it down here. The reason why I think it's a low A is because I've only read the first 10 volumes, and I don't think I'm gonna pick up any more, because I feel like that's a good grasp of what it is. I definitely like the comedy, very funny, amazing art, absolutely outstanding art, but the story just doesn't sit with me. I mean, the side characters are really good, but like I feel like I like a plot-driven story, and the plot here is just not there. I mean, it's not really much of a plot other than the main plot points besides how I could kill anything in one punch. So that's pretty much it. The story is just not that. I've heard that there are some like evil characters that appear that are a lot, better, just like a lot more interesting. But I feel like I've already read 10 volumes. I feel like that's enough. So yeah. Next up, we have Goodnight Poon Poon, the second S tier. We're moving up there. S tier all the way. Goodnight Poon Poon is an amazing manga. Absolutely amazing. Very depressing. Obviously, it's just so well written, and just like I just can't really express it. Obviously, everybody knows about Goodnight Poon Poon, so I'm not going to go into it that much. So we're just going to move on to Vinland Saga, which I'm going to put at an S. I'm putting this above Attack on Titan. Putting this because this is my favorite manga of all time, Vinland Saga. I'm all caught up with this as well. Just like I am with Goodnight Poon Poon. or not all caught up with it. It's, well, Good Night Pinpoon's finished, so I finished that, but I'm all caught up with Villain Saga. Orphan's such a good main character as well. So yeah. Next up, we have One Piece. I'm putting this at a high A. The only reason why is because I'm only on volume 24, and I heard it does get a lot better later on. So, and I don't think it's enough for it to be an S tier. To be honest, I don't think it will be S tier ever. That's only unless it gets darker. I mean, I feel like One Piece is just too playful. Not that that's bad, but for me, I don't really like that as much. But it's still top of A. That's still a really good, absolutely amazingly written as well. I think this probably has the best cast of characters in any manga I've ever read. And that says a lot, especially since this is not even S tier. But yeah, I mean, I'm very excited to see where it's going. I finished the first box set up to volume 23. That's One Piece. Grand Blue Dreaming. I'm going to put this probably right here. I'm gonna put this right here. The top of B tier. The only reason why is because the first volume cracked me up. I would put after I read the first volume, I would put that in A tier for sure. But the second volume kind of fell off. It kind of reused the same jokes, and it was just kind of like meh. I've only read the first 2 volumes again, so this definitely probably will go up as I read more. I'm really into diving, so this does interest me a lot more. That's why it's so high up. And it's also like really fun to read. And yeah, that's Grand Blue Dreaming. Silent Voice, S tier. I don't know what else to say. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it in S tier. I feel like there's gonna be way too much stuff in S tier, but I think that's fine. I just read a lot of good manga, I guess. So, that's a Silent Voice. Absolutely amazing. The characters Shoko and Shoko. I forgot the other person's name. It's Shoko and someone else's name. But Silent Voice is absolutely amazing. I'm gonna make a video about this, so I'm not gonna go too in depth on that. Next up, we have Beastars. Man, Beastars is also S tier. I would say it's probably right here in between Attack on Titan and Good Night Pinpoon. I absolutely love this series. I mean, especially from where it's heading right now. I'm all caught up with the physical releases, so I'm on volume 11. And I mean, you are missing out if you are not reading this series. I mean, it's just like at the beginning, it was kind of like maybe not like a romance. I guess it was a little bit of a romance manga. Then later on, it just revs up and it just gets so good. Oh my God. I absolutely love where it's heading right now. And although like the character development's absolutely amazing, especially with like some of the side characters, they're very, very well written. And it's just so good. I mean, I can't really see any flaws with it other than the art. The art isn't that great, but like that doesn't really like make me not want to read it anymore. Honestly, the artwork, I got so used to the artwork, I think it's good now, but theoretically, yeah, it is pretty bad art. But yeah, let's just move on to 20th Century Boys. All right, I just started reading this series just recently, and I am almost finished with the first volume of the Perfect Edition. So I don't really know how much volumes are in the Perfect Editions. I think it's 2 in 1. That's what I'm guessing. But so far, this has been an absolute banger. I'm gonna put this in A tier just because I haven't read enough of it. But 20th Century Boys is, oh my God, this definitely has S tier potential. I could already see it going up there, but it just hasn't gotten into like the nitty gritty of it. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't gotten to like the best parts. I could already tell. And it's just, oh my God, it's so far it's written amazingly, but I feel like it's not there yet just because I haven't read enough of it. So definitely after I read more of it, I'm going to read some more tonight. And, I think I'll get a better grasp at it. So yeah, that's 20th Century Boys. So next up, we have Frankenstein. I actually finished this recently. Frankenstein was really good. I'm gonna put this. Is it better than Uzumaki? Oh man. You know what? In terms of story, it's better than Uzumaki, but since this is a horror manga, I'm gonna put it behind Uzumaki. That's only because I feel like Frankenstein has a better story. I absolutely love the Frankenstein, his like Junji Ito's twist on the story. But I feel like Uzumaki is better horror wise. Frankenstein just didn't scare me at all. I was just reading a well written manga. I wasn't really reading a horror manga. That's kind of what I thought of it. But this was also kind of weird because I thought Frankenstein would be the entire manga. This is actually like a collection of stories, and the like kind of like I guess there's the Frankenstein, and then after that, the second half of the book is kind of like this weird like alternate dimension kind of a weird side story, and that also really interested me a lot. I feel like that honestly was as good as the Frankenstein story. It wasn't again, it wasn't that scary, but it was a very interesting concept. That's why I'm putting it up here. Hellsing. Oh man, I'm putting Hellsing, or not Vagabond. I think Hellsing is down at C tier. Honestly, I did not like this manga. Man, now that I think about it, sorry, it's going in D tier. I mean, I did say I like darker stuff, but this just didn't. This was not it for me. I dislike vampires a lot. I mean, that's what I learned after reading this manga, that vampires and ghouls and stuff like that are really not my thing. That's pretty much the only reason why Hellsing is down here, D tier. That's only because I just dislike vampires. I mean, that's really nothing else to it. I mean, oh man, I don't really know what else to say. I mean, the story is pretty cool. Pretty cool story, I guess. I mean, this could be C tier, but I actually need to fill up a spot, so I just put it in D tier. I'm caught up with the first two of the deluxe editions. I mean, I'm only reading it in the deluxe editions, and I kind of dropped it after towards the end of the second volume of the deluxe editions. Yeah, I mean, I might pick it up again because there is one more deluxe edition coming out, so might as well just read all of it. It's not that long of a series, but yeah, I mean, Hellsing is not that great in my opinion. Next up, we have Vagabond. Ooh, Vagabond, man. I read the first 4 volumes of the omnibuses. That's like, I'm like 12 volumes in. Is it S tier though? I'm not really sure. This is similar to like, this is similar to 20th Century Boys, that like, it is definitely S tier potential. You know what? I'm going to put it at a very, very low S tier. That's only because I've only read the first 4 volumes, and the way it's going, it's just amazing. Miyamoto Musashi is probably one of my favorite main characters. It's just been so good so far. I definitely, every volume and every like page I turn, it just gets better and better and better. I also really love the Matahashi's story as well. Even though he's a very dislikable character, it's very interesting what stuff he's going through as well. Yeah, Vagabond is definitely since it is my first samurai story, this is definitely something very new to me, and it's very, very well made, very well written. Art is absolutely fantastic. Best art in any manga I think I've read. So there it is, Vagabond. Next up, we have TPN, The Promised Neverland. Ooh, okay. I think this is going in A somewhere, so I just need to figure out where though. Where in A is it? I was thinking about here, you know, I'm gonna put it in front of Uzumaki behind FMA. I think The Promised Neverland was amazing. It kind of fell off at the end. That, you know, that everyone says that, and it is, that's because it's true. I mean, honestly, I'm not caught up. I'm on volume 18 right now. There's 20 volumes, and I'm only on volume 18 because I'm not reading the scans. I'm reading it physically. But yeah, that's The Promised Neverland. I mean, it is an awesome series. I did make a video on this as well. Definitely something worth reading and checking out. The anime obviously is a failure. It's a flop. I don't know what they did. I actually did say in my manga collection video that I was excited for the second season, but I was very disappointed to see that. But yeah, that's The Promised Neverland. Cast of characters is okay. I think that's kind of like the worst part of it, but the story is just very well written. Next up, we have JoJos. Ooh, JoJos. I've only read the first part. I'm going to put this in high B. Only reason why is I've only read the first part. Don't kill me. The first part isn't that good. I honestly didn't like it that much. People did say it was terrible, but I don't think it was terrible. People definitely I feel like the first part's honestly underrated because everyone says it's really bad. But I mean, the art for when this came out, the art is absolutely incredible. I don't know how he did that back then, but a lot of people say the first part was bad. I thought it was pretty bad, but like it wasn't like terrible. I feel like Jonathan Joestar was pretty okay character. I really like the villain Dio. I feel like he's a really cool villain, very well written. And I feel like the ending of the first part was really good. Really like the ending of that. Yeah, I mean that's JoJo's, and that's the rest of the list. So I mean, I might move stuff around. I mean, honestly, this is pretty much what I would say. 20th Century Boys is definitely getting moved up. This might even become one of my top 3 favorite manga of all time. Yeah, if you guys tell me your opinions down in the comment section below, I'd love to hear it. I mean, I definitely did trigger a lot of people this video with some of the stuff I chose. Hopefully you understand. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next video. Peace.